everyone, this is Lomi, and recently a friend sent me part of a doll to see if I could figure out a problem she encountered while trying to combine parts to create a hybrid doll. She wanted to connect a resin BJD head from Fairyland to a vinyl Obitsu body, and the immediate issue is that the two use totally different systems for connecting the head. Obitsu uses a neck peg, while Fairyland uses a turnkey connector. She had tried putting on a Fairyland connector by removing the peg connector from the Obitsu body and using the little ball-shaped stopper inside the bottom of the peg piece to thread elastic to the Fairyland connector, but the dangling hook meant it was always floppy no matter how tight she pulled the elastic. So I think she was on the right track, but it's time to design a custom part. My very first idea was to create a simple replacement neck piece that fit on the internal frame's neck peg, but added a bar inside for elastic to be looped through the neck. This would allow pretty much any BJD head to be used on an Obitsu. My first prototype printed pretty well, and the measurements are super close, if you ignore the bit of brim that I didn't trim off the print. They're very similar in size and shape, except I had mismeasured the wall thickness of the piece, so my first design ended up being too small to fit onto the neck peg. So it needs revision, but while I was looking at the peg, I thought, why not use the screw connection that's already in the neck peg and screw the adapter to the neck peg itself? That way it won't matter if the next draft isn't a super snug fit. The original piece is a very tight-fitting part that keeps itself in place with friction, but PLA isn't as flexible, so the screw hole being added makes a great solution for that issue. I revised the wall thickness and added a hole for a screw, and this one was perfect as far as measurements go. But the different plastic material means it's a little slippery, so a longer screw will definitely be needed to hold the adapter in place. But while I was looking at this, I realized one oversight. The original neck piece is designed to sit on top of the vinyl bust piece that goes over the jointed frame. So with the little lip on the top, it's too big to fit through the neck the way it needs to. If the adapter is screwed onto the frame, it has to go up through the doll's body, so I still needed to make one more change. I also realized that the placement of elastic needed to be different, or the doll's head would be prone to turning due to the close proximity of a twist in the elastic. So when I removed the lip and gave the adapter a rounded top, I also changed the direction of the interior elastic bar and made it a little thicker for extra strength. Third time's the charm, or so they say, and I put some test elastic on my finished version to see how it would work. I know I'll probably need to tighten this elastic, but it seems like a good start. The rounded top of the adapter will fit nicely inside the doll's neck, and the screw will work well for holding it in place. The elastic will make it easy to tie an S-hook on the top of the doll's neck, which can then be used for connecting a standard BJD head, but my friend still needs a Fairyland solution. Fortunately, I'd already designed a custom neck connector to use with my own Fairyland dolls, and I revised my design a little to dome the inside of the connector so it would pose better on top of the tiny neck piece. This rounded shape suits the adapter piece well, and the neck connector is easy to slide on over the elastic. Then the turnkey goes into the elastic loop, and while I don't have it tied quite tight enough yet, this should do exactly what she needs. I don't have any screws for an Obitsu frame, so I couldn't screw the neck adapter to it, and it rotated a bit when I put the part inside the doll, but that won't affect the testing, and she can adjust the screws whenever the doll parts get home. Just like I was hoping, this fits the new neck connector very well, and once this elastic is a bit tighter, it should give a nice, snug-fitting head that doesn't bobble around. Even without being screwed in, the neck piece I created stays in place better than I expected, and there should be a decent range of mobility too. So I'm calling this hybrid project a success. Not only will it work for her Fairyland head, but it'll work for anyone else's BJD heads too. I've already uploaded the final version of the neck adapter to Thingiverse, so if this is something you've struggled with in your own hybrids, hopefully this gives you a little bit of help. You can find the link in the video description, but if you use it, make sure you send me some photos, because I always love getting doll project photos from friends. That's all for today though. Thanks for watching. Bye.